It's a marvelous night for a moon dance with the stars up above in your eyes. A fantabulous night to make romance neath the cover of October skies. You know the leaves on the trees are falling to the sound of the breezes that blow. You know I'm trying to please to the calling of your heartstrings that play soft and low. You know the night's magic seem to whisper and hey.
I don't know whether it's the way I was raised, or my obsessive compulsive disorder, or my Scandinavian heritage coming through my DNA, but I don't like being idle. I like productivity. Free time makes me incredibly nervous. Even when I'm just sitting down watching television, I'm not just sitting down watching television. I'm doing something while the show is on. I don't like being idle at all. I took the day off today because I was supposed to have gone to my spine doctor for an appointment, but they had to call me and reschedule because he was stuck in surgery today, and so he was going to reschedule all the appointments for his day. Well, that meant that I had taken the day off from work for nothing. I couldn't stand for that. So all day long, I have been working my butt off to change it and say this day will not be spent in vain. So, hi, I'm Linda, and this is Linda's World. And this is going to be my Friday evening fall video in which I'm going to sit here and talk about fall, the upcoming holiday season, answer a couple of questions that have been posted to me online for my, what was supposed to have been my Q&A video, and do a surprise fall evening activity. So, if you would like to see what I'm up to this fall evening, if you would like to hear the answers to my questions, and if you would like to help me stay productive and active by making this video, well then, you're in luck, because this episode of Linda's World starts right now. I'm knitting! Yay! I thought about making this a knitting tutorial video, but then I said, you're really up for that. I have a really weird and funky way of explaining my process. I don't do it like most people do it. That could be right or it's wrong. I don't know, but it works for me. It has for 5 years since I've been a knitter. So, whatever. But this is my garment. This is my unfinished project. This is a mustard yellow infinity scarf. So I'm going to connect it at the end and make it a circle. And it's Lion Brand Thick and Quick yarn. That's the yarn I use mostly. Not for baby stuff, because I would like babies to have softer things. And this is the one that I use. I have this scarf or something like it in like 7 million colors because I made them myself over the last 5 years that I have been knitting. And I don't have mustard yellow yet because I used to not like mustard yellow. But, you know, I'm not ashamed to say I like to try new things, and so yeah, that's what I'm up to. It actually all started in the craziest way. I was online at CVS, and I was looking over to the right of me where they have like you know, you're at the counter and you're about to pay, and they have all that stuff like cheap jewelry that costs $4 and stuff like that, and they have this whole section of winter gear, like hats and scarves and gloves and the wraps for your head that look like a headband and stuff. And it was this brand called I Am, and so they had these beautiful dusty pink gloves, right? And or like mauve or like blush or whatever you want to call them, not rose gold because they weren't metallic. And I just coveted them for like ever, and I never got off the line to buy them until finally one day they were gone. But they had a sister, because right next to them were gray, and I have 10,000 pairs of gray gloves, and black. I have 10,000 pairs of black gloves, and mustard yellow. And they kept on catching my eye. So I said, well, I've always hated mustard yellow personally. So I said, listen, you're like, you know, people change, you know, like you can try mustard yellow. So I bought them. Now they match nothing I own. I don't own anything that goes with mustard yellow or is mustard yellow, like at all. Right? So I said, well, if you don't own it, then you make it. So, Lion Brand Thick and Quick yarn and an infinity scarf. This particular stitch is called the stockinette stitch. It's where you knit a row and purl a row. For those of you who aren't knitters, basically you wind the yarn around the needle in the back if it's knit, and in the front of you if it's purl. And that's how it goes. If anyone would like a knitting tutorial video for real, then just send me a comment. I'd be more than happy to do that. I think that's actually really cool. I would love to teach a knitting class. That'd be great. But I don't know. Where do you find these things? What do I put up a flyer? Where? My community is not really a community. I live here in Brooklyn, so who the hell knows? Anyway, I am digressing like crazy. So let us get into this fall conversation. Okay. So I was looking online at different videos, and people are answering questions in a fall tag. The fall tag is basically when you answer questions about fall specifically, and you then tag friends that you think will do it as well. Just sort of like those surveys that they used to have on MySpace or YouTube, where you just copy and paste and then erase your answers and do it, and accept video. And so I thought that was a lovely idea. And so I decided to do my own weird version of it as I sit here knitting in front of you. So I'm trying to think of some of the questions that were asked. Some of them kind of don't apply now because they were more Halloween specific, and it's Veterans Day already on Monday. So I'll just go with the ones that I remember that I think kind of apply here. And then at the end, maybe a couple of non-holiday and fall specific questions that were asked of me on Twitter. So, all right, the first question I remember being on the fall tag was autumn or winter. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have ever met me, you know what I feel about winter. I detest it. So even though I'm not saying why I choose autumn, I'm going to tell you why I don't choose winter. Winter is absolutely horrendous, and it lasts longer every effing year. Now, I'm one of those people who can't shut up about climate change, and I really feel that, the earth is going to implode, in about a decade if we don't do something about it. But the thing is, I noticed that because of winter and its length. Now, yeah, I turned on my air conditioner a week ago, okay? It was hot. It was not fall at all. Like, I was walking around in a t-shirt outside, I know. But the thing is that it takes longer to get here, but it goes away even longer since. You know what I mean? Like, I always use my birthday as the barometer for why winter is longer. My birthday is April 20th, okay? And when I was a kid, I used to wear a festive, pretty sundress at my birthday party and have my cousins over and this and that and open my presents and all. And there's pictures of me wearing like little pink sleeveless sundresses on my birthday. Then, in my 20s, it got to the point where it would either be raining or snowing or 90 degrees, and we didn't know which one. Now, it's just straight up winter. I remember specifically my last birthday, which was my 42nd. I remember wearing gloves outside and needing them. I had my Burberry giant check cashmere scarf on indoors. Not for fashion. It was necessary. So yeah, and I'm one of those always hot people. So basically that tells you that winter, not good. I'm a Game of Thrones fan, and I always joke around about how Ned Stark said winter is coming, and you know what? He wasn't just whistling Dixie. It comes, and it stays forever. So my answer to this question is autumn. You know why? It's not winter. Okay, so what else do I remember from this fall tag? I remember the fall tag asking for your favorite fall drink. Well, look no further. You have found this basic white bitch, okay? I love my pumpkin spice lattes. Love, love, love my pumpkin spice lattes. Now, I gotta tell you though, this comes with a little disclaimer. Now, I'm a Starbucks enthusiast by far, but Dunkin' is the place closest to my job. So I've discovered over the years, since the PSL craze has been sweeping the nation, that I prefer, when I want a hot one, I prefer Starbucks. They actually are excellent, and I just could cry even thinking of it. Just mentioning it, I want to like run down the block and go get one now. But if I want an iced pumpkin anything, then I want to go to Dunkin' instead. For some reason, I think that when I taste the Starbucks one, I think like something in the way they put the pumpkin, I don't know, like I think the cold accentuates this like soil taste. It's like a plant or something. It tastes like, I don't know, it tastes like you're like growing potatoes in the dirt or something like that. It's just like a farm. And, I don't know that I want to be drinking soil. So therefore, I don't know, something about the heat must kill it or whatever. Because Dunkin' for cold, Starbucks for hot, and that's just how I feel. But pumpkin spice latte is my favorite. Well, they also went on to ask you about food. They asked you pumpkin pie or apple pie. And ladies and gentlemen, I am going to have to say in this one, pumpkin pie. I love apple pie, don't get me wrong. Apple pie is wonderful. My mother actually made one from scratch for the first time last fall, and it was really, really, really good. But I'm going to go with pumpkin. And there's a story behind this. You see, I like pumpkin pie in all its forms. If you bake a pumpkin pie for me, if you bring one from the store, I'll eat it. It's wonderful. But Entenmanns, good old fashioned, fake old, preservative filled Entenmanns. They used to make pumpkin pie. And every year, if I couldn't find one in the grocery stores near me, my mother would bring me one as a surprise and leave it in my home, right? Well, a couple of years ago, she wanted to surprise me and buy me a pumpkin pie, and she found that they had been discontinued. Entenmann's, how could you do that to me? They discontinued their pumpkin pies. I'm still in mourning for this. This is absolutely terrible. I know there's other places to get a pumpkin pie. I know I can make a pumpkin pie. That's not the point. I want my Entenmann's one, damn it. That used to be my breakfast slash lunch on Thanksgiving Day, while waiting for like the turkey dinner to come out. I would like eat pumpkin pie from Entenmann's like to prepare. My mouth would get all ready for Thanksgiving, you know? And alas, no. All right. I just knit a row. Now I'm switching this sucker around, and I'm going to purl a row, which means you pull the yarn out in front of you, and you take the man, and you stick him in the hole. You wrap the man around, and you pull him out. That's purling. So, anyway, on with the fall tag. So, another question that was asked on the fall tag was, favorite article of clothing to wear during the fall? Ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at it. The infinity scarf, or scarves in general. I have to tell you, I am so naked without a scarf. I feel like I'm not dressed. I feel like I'm missing something. I feel like if I don't have on a scarf, like not in the summer, but like I feel like in the colder months that if I don't have a scarf on of some kind, I feel like I'm like missing my bra. Like I don't know what it is. Like I feel like I forgot to put on undies this morning. Like it's just so like it's a part of me, and I find that I tug on it and like gesture and like I rest on it and stuff like that, and if I don't have a scarf, I have such a cowl neck to my shirt that it's, or my sweater, that it's almost like I have a scarf anyway. So the infinity scarf is my answer there because OMG, I'm not Linda without it. You know, I mean, there's certain things that are synonymous with Linda, and the infinity scarf is one of them. You don't see them in this video because I film in my home at night when I'm wearing my comfy suit. I'm wearing my Ariana Grande merch today because I'm seeing her on Tuesday, and I want to get in the spirit. So this is my sweetener, thank you next crew neck. No infinity scarf necessary here in my bedroom with the heat on. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so another question asked of the people in the fall tag was football, yay or nay? Well, you know, I wish I could say yay. I wish I could be one of those people. I wish I could say that I get together with my friends and we watch the game. But I've never been one of those people. My family wasn't really big on sports when I was younger, so I really didn't get like exposed to sports. I mean, my dad loved the Yankees, and my brother still does, and like they're baseball enthusiasts. Except for a brief foray into the Mets when they won the '86 series, they've mostly been hardcore Yankee fans. And I get baseball to a certain extent. I'm a Red Sox fan myself, but I don't really get football. I think it's because I don't understand the game, and I think it's because it like is just so synonymous with winter to me that like I get put off by it or something like that. Like my brain's resistant to know it. I have gone to 2 Super Bowl parties. One was at my old friend Katie's house. She used to work at my school, and she had one. But I was mostly in it for the drinks and the dip, you know. The Patriots won that year. It was actually the year of the scandal when they said that the Patriots didn't deserve to win. I was actually watching it happen live, and I didn't understand what was happening, but I knew something was up, right? And if I had to choose a team, I'd probably choose the Patriots, much to the chagrin of my New York friends and family who would root for the Giants. Now the Giants won the Super Bowl in the other Super Bowl party I went to. My friend Danielle, also from work, had a boyfriend at the time, and they rented out like a space in their bar or whatever, some bar that they went to, and they had a party. But again, I went for the drinks and the conversation and the dip, you know. I was single, and I wanted to see who I could meet, and well, that didn't work out. But I did go, and the Giants won, and it was really festive in the place. I mean, the Giants won, so New Yorkers were getting hysterical. Here in Brooklyn, they were playing New York, New York by Frank Sinatra, and they played Empire State of Mind by Jay-Z, and everyone was singing along, drunkenly happy that their city had won the Super Bowl. And, you know, because I don't like where I'm from, because I'm a New York hater, I don't know, it just didn't appeal to me. I couldn't get into the spirit, and I actually went home feeling a little dejected. and a little like an outsider. And I went home saying that that was a waste of my time because I didn't have the greatest time ever, and I felt so excluded by football enthusiasts and New York enthusiasts because I'm neither. So that's my weird convoluted answer of saying, I guess, football, nay. I'm sorry. No knock against it. It's just not for me. All right. Um, Another question they asked are plans for the fall season. Well, fall's half over, so I can tell you what I did in October, but that would be awfully silly. Why don't I just tell you what my plans are going to be? So, starting with Tuesday night. Tuesday night, I shall be at the Barclays Center on Atlantic Avenue here in Brooklyn watching Ariana Grande perform live again. I went on June 15th of this year on the first leg of the Sweetener Tour, and it was absolutely fantastic. But I think I made an error there. You see, what I did was, well, I made two errors. One, I got crappy seats because I didn't think I was going to care, but I cared. And two, I filmed so much on my phone that I forgot to be there. I forgot to be in the moment. I forgot to just watch Ariana singing, breathing, and be all right, and thank you next, and so forth. I watched it in my little rectangle and try to focus it and so forth, and that was wrong of me. So this time I'm going to watch in better seats and just enjoy and see what comes out. So, Ariana, I'm coming for you on Tuesday. Yay! See, got my shirt on, so I'm all ready. Okay, that's a plan that I have for the fall season. Another thing that I'm planning this season is I'm planning to really experience Thanksgiving this year, and really enjoy some family time and some food. I do this every year, of course, but it's a little different this year. You see, last year, due to various other plans and whatnot, it was only my mother and me for dinner. There's actually hilarious footage of Griffin the dog trying to lick up what was left of the juices of the turkey in the pan while my mother was taking the recycle out, as Stay With Me Tonight by Jeffrey Osborne was playing like really loudly from the Bose, and it was hilarious, but it was just the two of us. Now, we had a lovely time, and my mother's my best friend, so it wasn't like it was a hardship there, but we didn't have anybody else around, and we felt kind of like, I don't know, like the island of misfit toys there by ourselves. So this year it's going to be different. This year it's going to be my brother and his wife, and technically it's going to be party of four because she's having twins. We just found out the genders are girls, so we're going to have twin girls in my family. Oh my god, we've never had twins before. And also, my mother is going to have her significant other over. My father passed away some years ago, and his good friend for many years, Adam, also lost his wife. And so they found each other over Christmas, I guess, of last year in friendship. Went out to a couple of events together and so forth just to keep company. And now it turns out that there's more than just company. And quite frankly, I think that's great. Everybody deserves to have a person in their lives who looks at them in a special way. Everybody deserves happiness. As the song by Usher, "You Got It Bad," says, nobody wants to be alone. So listen, if that works, that works. I'm very happy to hear it. And so Adam will be joining us for dinner. So technically the only person there without a buddy, without like a date, will be me, but I'm good with that. Like Ariana Grande says, and her name is Ari, and I'm so good with that. Well, her name is Linda, and I'm so good with that. She taught me love. She taught me patience. And she handles pain. That shit's amazing. So, yeah, we're good there. But I'm getting so far removed from this fall tag thing that it's ridiculous. Well, I'm up to a knitting row, by the way. So, okay, so ending up this conversation about fall, I just want to answer one more question, and then I actually want to get to a fall and like a non-fall specific question for you. So the fall question I want to answer last is actually right here. Let me go down to my thingy and get it for you. Okay. Favorite thing about fall and least favorite thing about fall. Oh, that's easy enough. Favorite thing about fall, Thanksgiving food. I said it before, I'll say it again. I'm a Thanksgiving nut, so I'm not even going to elaborate on that. It just is. Thanksgiving food, 100%. Favorite thing about fall. Like, I have nothing further. Least favorite thing about fall. School returns. You see, I'm a summer enthusiast, and I am not also one of those people who gets really jazzed up anymore about the first day of school. Let me set my knitting down so I could talk to you about this. Um, yeah, it was really cool years ago when I was a kid and I had like my new school clothes, my new school supplies, and now I'm just a broken down middle-aged teacher who's just trying to get through the year. So it lost, the bloom came off the rose there some time ago. So school starting would be my least favorite. And my most favorite is, of course, Thanksgiving. So there's the answer to that. Okay, so now I have time for one more question. And this question is actually, it was posed by somebody else on Twitter that has nothing to do with the fall. I had posted a statement saying I'd like for people to ask me questions and I will answer them like on air, And nobody did except for one person. Delilah, thank you so much. Shout out to you. So Delilah from Twitter asks a couple of things. She asks, one, how did you become a fan of Ariana? Two, favorite songs of hers. Three, do you speak about it in class with your students at all? And four, what kind of dogs do you have? All right. Well, as far as being an Ariana fan, I heard of her when she was on Victorious years ago. I used to be married. I was married through the 2000s. And I had a stepdaughter who watched Victorious. And so I was sitting in the house, and I was like, I remember Ariana Grande as the girl with the red hair who could sing, right? And then Baby I was on one day on the channel, some time ago. And some time later, and she had a ponytail, and she was, she'd become Ariana Grande. And I said, what's with the ponytail? And she said, oh, that's her signature look. I said, oh, it's cute, And I heard the song. Then Problem came out. And I remember laughing to myself as I downloaded the song, saying, yeah, I got one less problem without you. Specific to somebody in my life. And I love the video, too. The 1960s aesthetic in the video is adorable. So I think I became a fan from there. But I became a super fan, an Arianator, after her appearance on Saturday Night Live. It was the one where she did that sketch where she was working for like satellite radio and she had to perform all the songs as other people, as Britney Spears, as Celine Dion, as Rihanna, as Shakira, Whitney Houston. And first of all, I was blown away by her performance. Second of all, I was like, holy cow, this girl has got it all. She's going places and she can sing and she's going to be a mega star if she's not one already. Like, this girl is insanely good. And I was an Arianator from there on. So, there you go. Do I talk about it with the kids at school? A little bit here and there. If I see a girl who is also a fan, then we'll like trade a little story back and forth. There's this one girl in one of my classes who really wanted to be going to the concert I'm going to on Tuesday. And, it's unfortunate that she can't. And favorite songs of hers. Well, I'm going to differentiate between songs that just kick ass and songs that are personal to me. Personal to me, I figure off of Thank You Next, Needy, and Fake Smile, and songs that and songs that kick ass would be Seven Rings and Thank You Next. Sweetener, songs that kick ass would be God Is a Woman, and what else kicks ass? And songs that are just incredibly meaningful to me would be Get Well Soon and Breathin'. In fact, I don't know that I've ever successfully sung Breathin' without crying. So there's that. Off of Dangerous Woman, Into You, Be Alright, Side to Side, and what am I thinking? And Touch It. My Everything. Break Free, Only One. I'm probably missing something. One Last Time. And from yours truly, I'm gonna have to go with The Way. And let's see what else. And maybe Tattooed Heart. And I'm thinking. I don't know. I'm missing. Just a moment. Stop the presses. Stop the video. Stop everything. I just have to interject here, hours later, as I'm watching this footage, and tell you that I forgot the most crucial song, my actual favorite song on Yours Truly. How did I ever mess that up? I don't know. Honeymoon Avenue. I can't even tell you. I hear that song, I could cry. The beauty of that song is unparalleled. And on Tuesday night, if Ariana sings Honeymoon Avenue, especially if she changes it to the song that's Under the Moon, oh my God, I will float home on a cloud bigger than any cloud you've ever seen. And that's just all I have to say. Honeymoon Avenue. Oh. Well then, back to the video. Anyway, so those are some songs. And finally, what kind of dogs do you have? Okay, so I have Chloe the Cavalier. Chloe Hyacinth is her full name. And Chloe is a King Charles Cavalier Spaniel. She is 4.5, and she is black and tan. And she looks like a shrinking violet. She's always like, but when she's around mom, she is a bit of a hysteric, and she's like, rah, 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 and she lets her true colors show. She's like, actually, you know what it's like? It's like that lyric from The Way, you're a princess to the public, but a freak when it's time. That's my dog. Actually, she's a princess to the public, but she's a freak when she's in front of mom. Yeah, that's her. And before Chloe, I had Sophia. Sophia was Maltese, so she was a little white, like marshmallow fluff ball of loudness. Every picture of Sophia, she looks like this. She lived her life tongue out and proud. I had Sophia from the time she was 8 weeks and 1 day old till I had to put her down because she had a cancerous tumor when she was 13 years and 4 months old. And she was the love of my life, and I will never, ever, ever get over her. I am broken. So there's that. That doesn't mean I love Chloe any less. It's just different. And I always think of her in Breathin' when she says, you remind me of a time when things weren't so complicated. All I need is to see your face. And I can't believe I didn't just cry. So there. So these have been the answers to my questions. And this is how far I've gotten with my infinity scarf. Not that much further, but I figured I'd knit like on camera to like busy my hands while I talk to you. So this just wasn't going to be me sitting in front of my phone again, like with the lamplight in my little chair, with the heat blaring behind me as I talk to you about some random stuff, you know? Like, I wanted to make it a little more interesting. I hope I have, and I hope that you appreciate what I've said, and I hope you can comment back and subscribe if you like more. I guess I have nothing further. It's a Friday night. It is about 8:45. I actually thought it was later than that. That's cool. That's good, because I have some stuff to do. And so I am just going to go now and continue to do my Friday night and enjoy this wonderful 4-day weekend that I've got because I took this accidental day off. And yeah, it's basically that. So if you would like a knitting video, let me know. I will put my act together and get one down for you, so comment about that. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed yourself. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed yourself so much that you want to see more. And that is pretty much the end of that. So happy November, happy Friday, happy 3-day weekend, and I will see you in the next video. Good night.